So I have a Volkswagen Mk1 and it's all-wheel drive. I built it myself, and one of the most common questions I get from people is, what coilovers can I use if I want to build an all-wheel drive Mk1 myself? And I'm using the Syncro rear subframe. You can't really buy something, it's not off the shelf. Coilovers for Mk1 Golf won't fit. I mean, in the sense that it will fit, but it will make the car look like this. If you're going for the safari look or, you know, Mark II country look, then this will work. But if you want the car at decent height, then this will not work. This is set to the lowest setting when I had it on my car. Mk1 coilover on a Mk1 Golf, but with the Mk2 Syncro rear subframe. So then I get asked, okay, so what do I have? I have some KW coilovers, and they are custom made for this specific car. The company I bought it from no longer exists. It was a local company in Norway, in Bergen. I think this company spent around 5 or 6 months trying to get to the right person at KW to be able to get hold of this. Then I corner weighed my car, and it would take a few more months for that to get to me. So I spent a lot of time trying to get the whole of these. There is of course another option. Summit has these shocks which you can buy, and if you, I don't know which springs you should get for them, but if you send them an email, I'm sure they will help you out, unless you have some local shop which can help you with this. These are the cheap option, and they work on your Mk1 Golf. They will fit, and you will get the right height. If you still want KW, I have found a company in Germany which sell these kits. We'll leave the contact information in the description, and they sell these, and they also actually sell the Syncro subframe with adapters, and you can buy like the whole kit. You can buy everything you need from this company when it comes to the suspension and the subframe, at least on the rear. Maybe they have even more, but this is what I've been told from them. There is of course other companies which provide these subframes and modification. I will leave some of them in the description below. After I got this air freshener from Ukraine, my car has never smelled better. Oh shit. Another option, which you probably already have thought of, is to raise the strut towers. If you raise them up, then you can of course use the Mk1 coilovers, or, you know, it will make it easier in that sense to get something which fits. And this is the Mk1 coilovers, which was on the car when I bought it. This is 15, maybe even 20 years, almost 20 years old. I don't remember which company has these colors, but for this to be able to get the car in the correct as low as I wanted, to make it look like a regular car, this is how much shorter it needs to be approximately. It's quite some distance which needs to be cut away. You know, it's not like a short distance which would make this car at a decent height. So if you want something which is bolt-on, which is actually bolt-on, this is the company which you need to contact, which I have found. If you know of another company which also deliver coilovers for the Mk1 with the Syncro subframe in the rear, please let me know, and I will make a video or something because I want all of this information to be out there. I want more of these cars on the road. There is of course companies which makes custom coilovers for you. I'm sure you have someone in your country or in a not so distant country which can do it. Of course, then you need the measurements. Then you need to do your measurements yourself. I don't want to give it to you in case I do give you something wrong and you get something which, I don't know, you do it at your own risk. I don't want to be responsible for something you paid a lot of money for and it does not work. I would recommend you to actually get this subframe on the car before you do this coilover, in case, as I said, something gets wrong and the coilovers do not fit, because there is some work you need to do to the chassis in order to make the rear subframe fit to the car. There is a few companies which makes adapters. I will link the two I know below, and you need to do some cutting in the chassis as well, which I have made a video of before. also linked below. So I have been told by someone who builds this car for a living that the Mk1 Syncro / Rallye coilovers will fit the car. I went to a friend which has a Mk1 Rallye with coilovers and tried to do some measuring to figure out if that was true, because then I could have saved a lot of money. And I did the measuring, and from what I can tell is that the Mk1 and the Mk2 coilovers, like the not OEM, but yeah, the OEM coilovers, which fit kind of a stock Mk1 and a stock Mk2 Rallye, both will make the car too high. But don't take my word for it exactly, because I could be wrong, and the coilovers I was measuring was KW. There is maybe other brands which can lower the Mk2 Rallye even more than the one which was on this car. I'm not gonna say you can't do it, but from my measurement it doesn't look like it. I would, from kind of the research I have done now, I would say you can't, but more professional people than me say you can at least look into it. As I said, mount the subframe first, then do the measuring, and then you can ask whatever company you're planning to buy the coilovers from. Do you have some coilovers which is from this to this distance in these measurements and fits like this and so on? Yeah.